Want to learn how to quilt an intricate design like this without having to mark it? Come with me and I'll show you how to do it with just 21 dots. Hey guys, welcome back to Frances Quilts. Well, on my blog this past week, I wrote a post about a Facebook reel that I had seen that ended up with this lovely design. They laid down the dots first, and then they used the spaces between the dots to guide where their lines were going to go. Well, that reminded me of some things that I had seen when we were visiting in India years ago. The Hindu women there would put rangoli designs at the front of their houses each morning. And the more intricate of these designs were made by laying down dots and then using those dots to give them the place that they needed to go. Years ago, I wondered, could I do this with quilting? But I had never tried it. So I decided to use that Facebook reel as my basis and see if I could design something that could be put in these rectangles right here. Well, I made a paper template of that size right there. I added all of the little dots, 21 of them. I used an awl to poke holes in them so that now there are holes there in each of those dots. I did a whole lot of practicing, starting out on paper. I practiced it a bunch of times on paper until I kind of had an idea of how to do it. I went to my sewing machine and I started practicing it there, and the first time I did a horrible job, but I just kept going over that same design again and again and again until I got it hardwired into my head. Well, then, unfortunately, it was time to stop for the night. So I got up the next morning and I tried it again, and hey, I could still remember it. Well, that was yesterday. So today I'm going to assume that I can still remember it, and we're going to see how it quilts out. In preparation for quilting, I put my template in place on the block. I took my pen and just went down each one of these holes and marked all of those dots. You can see them there ready for me to work. All right, we're ready to go here. As I have practiced this, I have learned that it's easier for me to quilt it like this horizontally rather than quilting from one end to the other. I just can see the dots better. I have also been working to keep my needle 1/4 of an inch away from each dot as I round that corner, just to give it a little more continuity. All right, here we go. This is the dot I'm going to round. I'm going to come around there like that, and I'm going to start coming down this way. I'm going to round this dot, and I'm going to keep coming down. Next, I'm going to basically echo what I just did. Having a little trouble seeing where I'm going here. Okay, I want to head up to there. Ooh, this is a little bit harder to do when you can't see it. Round this one. It's not as even as I'd like it to be. Part of that was because I lost my concentration on some of it, trying to make sure that things were recording correctly and everything else. But let's do another one. My expectation is that they'll get easier as I go. We'll see. Put my concentration cap on and off we go. That one's better. Is third time charm? And I don't know about you, but I don't think it gets much better than that. Wow, that was so easy and it looks so good. I really am pleased with how quickly I was able to quilt those designs. Now this isn't a technique that I would do if I just had one of those designs to put on a quilt, but this time putting 6 of them on a quilt, by the time I got to number 6, I was just whizzing around and I think they look great. Now what I'm thinking is I need something for these small squares, and maybe I can come up with another design that I can do with dots and make it nice and easy too. If you liked what you saw today, be sure and give it a thumbs up. Thanks so much for joining me today, and as always, I look forward to seeing you next time on Frances Quilts. Remember, if you like what you've seen, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Please check out my website and daily blog at francesquilts.com, and I can be found on Facebook and Instagram at Frances Quilts. Thanks so much for joining me. Hope to see you again soon.